I'm Richie and welcome to the Back Pickup. Today we're going to look at a country lick that I think anyone can learn and that'll get you hooked on playing country guitar. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe, click the bell icon, help me grow this channel. I'd love to build a community where we talk about tone, telecaster, lick lessons, and just hang out and have a good time. So let's get into this lick. So this is a lick I learned when I first got interested in learning country guitar, and once I got this under my fingers, I was off to the races. I couldn't get enough. It's so fun to play and it's so applicable in so many different contexts. You might notice that this lick is very reminiscent of something Brad Paisley might play, and that's because Brad uses open strings all over his solos and all over his lead playing, and we're utilizing a lot of those open strings today. The lick even bears some resemblance to a Brad song called Nervous Breakdown. But before I lose you because that sounds too complicated, if we go back to the lick we're learning today, it's really just an iteration of the G minor pentatonic shape. Now most intermediate guitar players are going to know that shape immediately. This box shape is a lot of guitar players' bread and butter. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the notes in that shape and rearrange them to utilize pull-offs and most importantly open strings. So if we come up here to the 6th fret on the high E string, we're going to be starting on that note today. So you pick that note and you're going to do a pull off down to the 3rd fret of the high E string and then another pull off to the open E. And then we're going to pick the 6th fret of the B string and then we're going to pluck with our finger the high E on the 3rd fret and then pull off. And that is the pattern. We're only picking 3 of those notes. 1, 2, 3. But we're taking that same pattern and just descending down the minor pentatonic box. Again. 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 One more time. And then finishing. And that finish is just a bluegrass flourish where we go from the 1st fret of the A string and hammer onto the 2nd fret of the A string. And then finish with a G chord. So all together slowly. One more time up to speed. So the really cool thing about this lick is that you can take it and apply it up and down the neck of the guitar. So for example, we've heard it in the key of G. But what about the key of A? If we go up to the A minor pentatonic shape, does it still work up there? Well, yeah, it does. We've changed nothing about the open notes that we're playing, nothing about the pattern that we're playing. We leave all the open strings the same, and it still works in the key of A. What about the key of B? Still works up there. How about E minor? We all love the E minor pentatonic box up near the 12th fret. Does it work up there? It does. And this is one of the best things about this lick, and what I really want to drive home today is it's not so much about learning the pattern and learning the lick itself, but learning not to be afraid of those open strings. They make everything that you play sound more interesting. Country playing is a bit like jazz in that you can get away with hitting notes that aren't necessarily in the scale as long as you begin and end in a place that contextualizes what you're playing. If you land on the root, everything you played before just sounds right. And that's one of the best things about country guitar in my opinion. There's a freedom to be weird and play weird notes that you wouldn't play in other genres. You can even take this lick and apply it in major pentatonic settings. So if we have an E major and you play the major pentatonic with this lick, still works beautifully. So take this one and get it under your fingers and I promise you'll have a blast with it. If you liked this lick, there's a free tab in my description as well as some affiliate links for all of the gear that I use. And if you happen to buy anything using any of those links, it really helps out the channel a lot. And just to show you that you can use this lick on all sorts of different things, I'll leave you with a solo that I recently tracked. Keep an ear out and see if you can spot the lick you learned today. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.